And so you won't find us promoting any particular place or downplaying any particular place or saying, oh, this place is better than that place because we're here. You know.
December. I bet you it's about probably 68 out here today.
Hey, welcome to our channel, Retire Early Lifestyle, at home or abroad. I've thought about dividing those two into a at-home channel, US based, and then an abroad channel. Don't know. Right now, we've spent over 10 years abroad, and so our audience has been very expat focused and travel focused. We just did a poll on that, and so starting a whole other channel, I don't know. I guess it would be like starting all over again. But because we've been in different places, and we were in a unique spot for 10 years because we spent a lot of years in Ecuador, but then we traveled to Central America and Europe and such, and Italy. However, when we traveled, it's just that we were mostly home-based, and so we were semi-travelers. We weren't trying to be nomadic, and a lot of the YouTube crowd pre-2020 anyway was very nomadic. That was a big thing. There was like a big surge of this idea that sort of people became, and a lot of people became enamored with this idea, and we gave it a try, and we do enjoy the art of travel, the idea of travel, being in a new place and enjoying a different atmosphere and different people. We do enjoy that. But to do that all the time, it just wasn't our thing. All the things that people don't tell you. And yet, even so, we figured out a way to do it on a very small budget. And you see in our videos, we enjoy ourselves, and yet we do it for a lot less money than most people. And that's why it really, really pains me to see all these people that travel and all this tourism and what it does to local prices. So we started out as a Move to Ecuador channel, and then we kind of morphed into traveling around Ecuador a lot, and then we just did more travel videos. And just to be short about it, after traveling, you go to a different country. A lot of the people that were on before are still following you, but a lot of them, they drop off. You get new followers, and a lot of places, like in the case of Poland, we started getting a lot more followers, and the channel was actually doing much, much better when we went to Poland. And part of that was that there wasn't as much competition. Just to say that it's really difficult on YouTube because you're not supposed to change midstream, and so what we wanted to do was focus on lifestyle rather than the location in order to avoid that drop off. But that doesn't mean that all the people that liked your videos when you were in Ecuador, that some of them decided, I'm going to go watch this other guy, he's talking about Ecuador and they're not, kind of thing. So no matter what you do, there's people that are following you for a specific reason, and when you start changing things around, YouTube says you're not supposed to do it because it hurts your channel. And so it's like when you do that, it's like you're starting all over again. And starting all over again in a spot where everybody in the world is getting on board and trying to make a go of it. It's like writing a book that you've been rejected from. This is in the old days prior to self-publishing. You've been rejected over and over and over. Your manuscript's been rejected for 10 years, and then all of a sudden somebody takes you on and wants to go ahead and print your book. It's like you hit the jackpot. It's like, oh great, it's happening. But then your manuscript gets burned or lost or something, or destroyed, and you've got to start all over again, or something like that. Yeah. And it's interesting because a lot of the things that we've talked about is we were the trendsetters. We were the ones doing it or talking about it first. Like we were the first ones to actually vlog about Cuenca, Ecuador when we got there in 2011. We were the first ones. And now every week there's new ones. And we tend to talk about things before they happen. We have this way of seeing things, this kind of diligence and vision that says, look, the way things are going, this is what's going to happen. As far as trying to appeal to the masses, you know, the masses seem to always be behind. Well, not always, but in many cases the masses are behind the curve, you know. So at some point, you know, you start thinking, well, all right, what other things can we do a channel about? We can do a second channel, a third channel. You know, I mean, like our editor, my wonderful wife, she won't even upload something that hasn't been edited. So, I mean, I'll have to upload it. I'll have to upload it myself. And I admit that I fumble with technology, and it's a kind of thing that I do some of it because I have to, but I'd rather be walking on the beach or being out in the garden or something. A little bit of technology is all right though, you know, a couple hours a day or something, an hour a day or something. And then after 2020, there were even more people than before staying home and wanting to make videos. So it's always growing, the amount of people that are trying to make it on this platform. And what that does is, if you get the point of what I've said so far is, if you get any slight change in how you're doing things, and there's a change to the negative to your audience, you know, YouTube picks up on that, and they just drop your channel. And I've seen it happen to popular channels too. You know, I mean, really popular channels, there's always more popular, but relatively successful channels compared to ours anyway. And then they just make a little, something changes, and boom, you know, YouTube drops them. So it's a really risky endeavor. You really got to have a love for doing it. And my wife loves making videos, and
You make the videos and I edit them.
Yep. I'm just really thankful. I'm a thankful person that I've realized early on that a lifestyle of delayed gratification and austerity wasn't for me, and it is a gift of God. It's a gift of God to have that vision and that view, because take a look at what's happening around the world. There's no guarantee. Nobody knows what's going to happen next week or next month, and there are no guarantees in life. So there's just a lot of gratitude and a lot of thankfulness. And so YouTube is killing off our channel. It's easy for them to just drop you. Every little thing on YouTube, if you veer off a little bit, their algorithm just drops you, and you're just back to square one. And that's not back to square one after a couple of months. It's like after 10 years. And you see the successful channels, they're consistent. They say the same thing over and over, and they appeal to the masses.
That's because they're promotion.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, it's a promotion. No question about it. No question about it. We have written so much about Ecuador. There is so much just on our blog, not to mention our videos, of our actual real-life experiences of living in Ecuador, and our thoughts for the future, and all kinds of things like that. Real Ecuador, that's what we're talking about. We spent almost 10 years in Ecuador, traveled through Europe and Central America. Now we're in Mexico. But it's not about the particular place we're in, it's about the experience, the lifestyle. And so you won't find us promoting any particular place or downplaying any particular place or saying, oh, this place is better than that place because we're here. you know, and so yeah, we made a video of Sayonara Ecuador, and of course with titles like that you always get a little civic pride going on, but of course we love the locals and we love the culture, so many wonderful things about it. And don't take it personal. It's just like, say you're going to buy a car and you say, well, the tires are bald on it. You're not complaining. You have to say that the tires are bald, right? Or the oil needs change. You got to say those things, or you're not being, transparent. And so that's the thing about, I hate it because, and this isn't particular to Ecuador. It happens in you know, all over the place. It's happening, and some people call it gentrification, fancy word for pushing the locals out, but that's not what this video is about. It's like the country disappears in front of your very eyes. It's like, imagine living in your hometown, say it's Peoria, Illinois, and all these people from somewhere else all of a sudden, in a rapid, just over a very short period of time, start appearing, and they just totally change the place. And it's nothing like what it was before. And it's like I get a reminder of that, because you know, you've got the real Ecuador, and then you've got the Ecuador that when you go to social media and look at, it's a totally different Ecuador. It's like, I was watching, I saw a title of a video, and they were getting views on it. It's like talking about parasites in Ecuador, and it's like, wow, okay. Well, when we were making blog posts and videos about parasites, you know, I mean, just people just didn't want to hear about the parasites, you know. But we went through all of that, and matter of fact, we met a couple from Canada that were in their 80s that we helped them find a place at a locally priced rental. And then we lost track of them. They had gone back to Canada, or we lost track of them. And then it turns out that the husband had become extremely ill from parasites, lost a lot of weight. I mean, it's a serious matter. And it turns out we had lost touch with them. And then she went and did a search for Ecuador and parasites, and our videos came up. And then we ran into her, and this is how I know it. We ran into them in the street, her. And she said, yeah, I was just searching for parasites, and you guys came up again. So, meaning that we were the only ones talking about it back then. And yet, you know, we got a lot of flack for telling it like it is, even back then. And now you see these titles of these people coming on, and they're getting all these views talking about parasites. And the real Ecuador is gone, because when we were taking parasite tests, we go to the real Ecuador. You know, we pay $2 for a parasite test. They're paying $35. They're paying a touristy rate for the same parasite test. And this is how a place totally disappears before your eyes, and it's no longer the real Ecuador. And surely there are people that want that. There always are people that want that. But for, you know, those that want to go to a place, to enjoy a place for what it really is, for what it is now, you know, for you know, and to see it just totally dramatically change the way it does because of the way social media just totally brings crowds to a place and makes things change. That's why you're smiling.
Because I thought this was going to be about parasites.
Well, I did talk about parasites. You know, I just am really thankful for that core group of people that have stuck with us and are still watching our videos. And all right, well, let me know your thoughts, and thanks for coming to the channel. I hope you got something out of that. Have a wonderful day.